money when we premiered the Building What commercial here a few months ago, gave the largest donations to that point that they had gotten and allowed that TV ad to get on the air. You've done it again, InfoWarriors. Now it's getting attention all over New York. It's getting attention on CNN, Fox, you name it. And people are having a debate about Building 7. And it all started because the judge, when they were trying to get a city council investigation with their petition, said Building What when they were bringing up 7. And so the genie's out of the bottle, the cat's out of the bag, the train's left the station, and 9/11 Truth is only building its energy internationally, and more people are looking at the evidence. And that's got to feel good, James, for somebody like yourself who's seeking after justice. You could have just sat there on the sidelines as a successful lawyer and as somebody who's also a chemical engineer. Why did you get involved?
Well, I mean, how can you not? I don't know. I mean, that's that's basically what it comes down to. I mean, once I first got into this during law school in maybe 2004 when I saw David Ray Griffin giving a talk at the University of Wisconsin in Madison on C-SPAN, and I mean, after it probably took me a year and a half of researching it before I could even convince myself that it was true. Just because it's horrible to even think about that this could be, an inside job. But the evidence is all there. I mean, it's undeniable. So once you are armed with that information, I mean, I had to start contributing in whichever ways I can. And my science background, I've got a degree in chemical engineering, so I'm able to kind of contribute to some of the scientific aspects of it. And also, I'm an attorney, so, I'm able to do things like sue NIST whenever they ignore FOIA requests or if they had tried to, assess some kind of, fee for releasing the materials. I could have challenged them on that, too. So I'm just trying to, contribute wherever I can.
Yeah, because they can just dump it on a hard drive. And, under FOIA, more about it than I do. But, they're supposed to give the public this stuff. And they do everything they can to not release it. There's also evidence in some of the videos of them editing things. Like in one Building 7 collapse footage I've seen, it cuts in after the penthouse has already collapsed. And that's very important because they claim that the collapse started somewhere else. But that video that was already open source shows that it began with the penthouse. Yeah.
They released all the World Trade Center 7 collapse videos that they've sent me that I've found so far that have good sound and are from close up to Building 7 have. I don't know. I mean, it's suspicious whether they might have cut out the collapse of the penthouse or what, but the collapse of the East Penthouse is missing in all of the really good video. And actually, one of the videos that does show the collapse of the East Penthouse, actually the soundtrack is missing until after the collapse is already over, and then suddenly, magically, the soundtrack comes back on. So, and the reason that's important is one video they did release, which was with a good soundtrack that shows the East Penthouse collapsing. It's shot from a further distance away, and I think it was shot from inside a news van because there's not much sound. But about 1 second before the East Penthouse collapses,
boom,
there's a really loud boom. And I mean, there's no way that wasn't an explosion.
Well, cover-up is the evidence of a crime. How many times do cops, the good old-fashioned cops, wish we had some more of them today, I guess we still do in some cases, when you see somebody trying to cover something up, that's the evidence that you got the right guy. And everywhere surrounding 9/11 is a cover-up. I mean, they had armed guards guarding the pieces of the rubble of 7, Tower 1 and 2, North and South Tower. They shipped it off to China. They fought to not let people look at it. There was molten 3,000-degree steel a month and a half later. I mean, whatever they used to blow those up, I mean, this was pretty science fiction-esque. We know it wasn't jet fuel.
No, it certainly wasn't. And I've got several videos that have references to molten steel and rivers of steel flowing. I need to go ahead and rip it off the DVD that they sent me and put it up on my YouTube channel. But for example, I've got one video of a talk that Leslie Robertson, who is the structural engineer that helped build the Twin Towers, he was giving a presentation at Stanford University, and one of the students asks a question after it's over, and he kind of gives this offhand remark about how the cleanup crew took him down and showed him where there was a river of steel flowing underneath the debris. And, you can't contradict that. This is a very high-level guy.
But we have all the firemen on video saying it was like a foundry. It was just lava.
Right, and then you've got John Gross at the University of Texas saying, where was the molten metal? I've never seen this. It's just unbelievable.
It is. I want to come back and talk about how we get this video out faster to people. It might be a good idea to put it on a website, open source, for folks to download. In fact, it cost me a lot of money to do it, but if you want, we put it on prisonplanet.tv so everybody can just grab the raw stuff. We'll be right back. Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
As gardeners, we can all relate.
What do you do with all of the excess food that you grow?
Freezing or canning may have been the process you've used, but the good folks at Excalibur Dehydrator have a healthy alternative to preserve the fruits of your labor. The Excalibur Dehydrator will help you preserve your fruits and vegetables quickly and easily, so you don't have to worry about premature spoiling. You can also use your Excalibur Dehydrator year-round to make delicious jerky. And the best part? The foods you dehydrate are free from excess additives, salt, and preservatives, and that's something we can all do without. To learn more and to order your very own Excalibur Dehydrator, visit drying123.com and see how the Excalibur Dehydrator can help you preserve your favorite foods.
Mention coupon code GCN and receive a free book on how to preserve your foods.
Again, that's drying123.com, drying123.com, or call 1-800-875-4254. That's 1-800-875-4254 today.
A new way to improve your health has arrived. Your body's primary nutrient for detoxification and antioxidant power is glutathione. Glutathione mops up heavy metals and toxins of all kinds and carries them to the liver for elimination. Glutathione neutralizes free radicals, which keeps your cells younger and stops inflammation. Glutathione gives you a strong immune system and gives you greater athletic endurance. The problem is your body's natural production declines due to age and toxins. What's your body's best way to produce strong and youthful levels of glutathione? It's One World Whey protein powder. One World Whey protein powder is an industry first. It comes from grass-fed cows and is never heated. This miraculous whey protein powder supplies your body with the nutrient power to increase your glutathione production by as much as 64% or more. The increase in strength, energy, and well-being can be pronounced and amazing. Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldwhey.com.
Regardless of what you think about 9/11, it's being used to take your liberties. And we know we've got a criminal, swindling government that's just out of control. That doesn't mean everybody in the government's bad, just like everybody in the police force isn't bad, or everybody that works at a shoe store isn't bad, but corrupt people tend to gravitate towards power positions, especially in government. They have a hunger for it. And I'm sorry 9/11's an inside job, but I shouldn't have to apologize for telling the truth. We know we've been lied to. 6 of the 10 commissioners have come out on that subject. And James Gourley, the executive director of International Center for 911 Studies, it's ic911studies.org. We're going to have Bob Mcilvaine, who lost his son that day, with this groundbreaking Geraldo Rivera interview. We're going to play a clip of that, where Geraldo came around, you know, the humanity of this engineer and the father who lost his son, just laying out basic evidence. Geraldo had a little humanity. And people have asked, why has Geraldo had me on a few times on other issues? I think he's a closet 9/11 truther. I haven't been told that. I know there's some other closet 9/11 truthers at Fox. I'm not going to say any names. I know. What do you make, James, of Glenn Beck coming out and talking about, I don't know if you've seen this, that the government may stage terror attacks? I mean, the fact that Beck, who's demonized anybody that talks about government-sponsored terror, the fact that he would come out now with something like that, it really shows we're having an effect.
Yeah, I have trouble kind of understanding Glenn Beck. I mean, sometimes he seems really good on issues, and he'll have, you know, Tom Woods on to talk about road to serfdom, but then he'll go and just say the complete opposite the next day. So I don't know, but I mean, I think everybody in media, like you always say, they all know it was an inside job, but you know, they fear for, you know, losing their job, their political elite status and all their inside connections is probably what prevents them from really talking about it truthfully.
Well, that's another example. Did you hear about, it's an AP, KHOU broke it, that almost all tap water in Texas has high levels of uranium and radium in it. I mean, high levels. And that the state with the federal government has covered it up for several decades.
I have not seen that, no.
Well, here's the scary thing. What they don't tell you in these reports, we've already covered here before. I mean, my point is, I'm not just saying this now. They mine it at the phosphate mines out of the limestone. That's also where you mine uranium. They're not even pulling the uranium out of it. They're putting the uranium in the tap water. They're not just covering up that it's in there. You know, uranium isn't in natural tap water.
Right.
I mean, I hate to change subjects. The point is that how much do we sell out? I mean, what do we go along with? I mean, it's like we've become schizophrenic as a society where we're drinking uranium in the water, the government staging terror attacks, the troops are breathing depleted uranium. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I think 9/11 gives us the best chance to revolt, you know, to get government back in check and back to a reasonable size. And I mean, I would also, you know, applaud, you know, God bless you and Matt Drudge for leading the charge on this TSA thing. That's another great opportunity to fight back against government power, and you guys have been an awesome job on keeping the conversation going on that.
I'll tell you what, do 5 more minutes with us, because I want to talk about where the International Center for 9/11 Studies is going in the future, and finish up your take on the TSA revolt that's happening. This is very exciting, and if we have a victory here, like we had on the carbon taxes last year, then we realize we can have even more victories. Back in 1 minute.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www